Right, ladies and gents, London Cop TV, Mr. B is back and hopefully back for good. I just want to say thanks to Oz for kicking this season's London Cop TV off for the last couple of days. It's been emotional couple of years, that's for sure. I'm so glad football's back. So glad. I was so happy. Even like through the Euros, like I was chomping at the bit to watch the Premier League when it finished off, knowing that the fans are going to be back. Like this pre-season for me was like the most I've looked forward to a pre-season. I watched every single game, watching VVD come back, Gomez, Matip. Interested to see what Ox is going to do, how Ketia is going to develop in the last year of his 5-year contract. And then there we are. First game of the season, done and dusted. 3-0 win away to Norwich. I think the only thing was missing was a Luis Suarez hat-trick. Apart from that, I thought, everything I expected happened. We had Matip coming back after what seems like a whole season out. Virgil coming back, whole season out. Ox, what seemed like a whole season, last season of in and out, not getting much game time. Last season, whether it was because he wasn't ready because of his injuries. Ketia seemed like he didn't even play a game last season. And then Timikas making his debut. I mean, when you put all of these factors together, a result of 3-0, first game of the season, for a team like us is expected. And the performance as well. It wasn't vintage Liverpool. It wasn't a fully controlled game, apart from until we scored. I thought we controlled it well after that. Before that, I thought that we were very eager to get the ball forward rather too quickly. In fact, that's probably a criticism that I had last season as well, that we were a little bit too slow. But yesterday we were a little bit too eager. Millie, every time Millie got the ball, looked to get the ball forward, sometimes misplaced the pass. Ketia, Ox, both were in attacking positions. So when we lost the ball, it looked as though, Norwich were attacking us and hitting us on a counter-attack so many times. But we dealt with it. Matip was fantastic. I think the only person that I've got a real criticism about was Jota. And he got the first goal. He was there at the right place at the right time. And if he continues to do that, then it's going to be good for us. Mo was buzzing. Mane, unfortunately, couldn't cap a good performance with a goal. When Bobby come on, it shows how important he is for us. And Fabinho came on and calmed the ship. It wasn't until Fabinho come on, with Millie still at the number 6 and with Ketia in the midfield 3, it sort of, calmed us down. Maybe, it was because, Norwich were chasing the game, or whether, Fabinho started to dictate the pace of the game, slowed it down a little bit, made sure that we didn't rush in any decisions. And then we were able to play the counter-attack football, able to exploit the gaps that Norwich were creating because they were coming at us. And Timikas, I've heard some criticism of Timikas for yesterday's game, and I think personally, I think it's a bit unfair. He did some really good stuff going forward. He whipped in some serious balls, into some really, really dangerous areas. I think the more and more he plays, the more and more understanding he'll have with the rest of the players. He is actually going to, assist a lot more than most left backs. The unfortunate thing for him is that he's competing with probably the best left back in the world. Let's just, realise that fact. But what he did yesterday for a Premier League debut, for a team challenging for the title, a team that is, European champions in recent years. For me, he didn't do too badly at all. I thought he was brilliant. Towards the 80th minute, I think towards the end of the game, with about 10, 15 minutes, he did run out of steam. He probably realised what Premiership football is all about. But for me, when he came off that pitch, he looked like he gave everything. And as a debut is concerned, a player that is covering a position for, like I said, the best left back in the world, a position that we have struggled in. All I ask my player to do is to go out there and give everything. And he did that. He was huffing and puffing. He was biting into challenges, giving a few free kicks away. But he looked like, to me, he is a winner. Yes, at times he was caught out of position in terms of defensively, but we've got a right back that is the best right back in the world that does that. So, I'm not too disappointed. I think that I saw a lot more positives in Timikas' performance yesterday, and I feel that I am a little bit more comfortable about giving Robbo as much time as he needs to recover from the injury he has right now. Because I think that since Risa, we have struggled to cover that left-back position. And Moreno started off like a house on fire. I remember when he came on, everyone was ranting about him, the fact that he scored that goal in his debut against Tottenham in a 3-0 win. And then it just went to pots. And it wasn't until Moreno got an injury that Robbo was given a chance to show what he's capable of. And it's the same thing with Timikas. I don't think we are going to miss Robbo as much as people think we are. If he continues to do, like yesterday was a solid performance. It wasn't a performance from anyone that, lit up the game or took the game by the scruff of its neck. It was a controlled and measured a performance of players that you would expect from when players are coming back from injury after a long injury. It was a little bit out of sorts at times, but once we scored, that was it. It was always going to be our game. It'll be interesting to see what others want to say about the game. Put your comments in, share this, like it, and subscribe. London Cop TV is back, and Mr. B now ain't going nowhere. You'll never walk alone.